put the controller down. It's time to talk about the gaming industry. My name is TJ Leo.
And I'm part of an unbalanced breakfast.
That's not healthy.
How many breakfast cereals are?
All brand buds.
That's not really a cereal, though. You're supposed to mix that in with a cereal.
Yeah, all brand buds are basically like wood.
they make you shit good. That's what they're for. For anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, look, we're getting close to 40. Okay.
I didn't say I eat all brand buds. I'm just saying, it is a part of a balanced breakfast.
It is.
I don't know if Fruit Loops are, or Cinnamon Toast Crunch, or
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is good. What is your favorite breakfast cereal?
That sounds like an episode of the show that we'll never do.
Yeah, but we're never going to do it. Also, yeah. It's like, it's not a hard question. There's only so many.
I really do like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It is pretty good.
Oh, God, it is.
Fruit Loops is really good, too. My actual favorite isn't made anymore. Actually, I have two favorites that are not made anymore. The actual Fruity Pebble cereal, not the crap they make now. I don't know if you have seen this, but like the Fruity Pebble cereal now is like these like little tiny flakes. They're like Frosted Flakes, but they're like
that's not
tiny.
That's not Pebbles, then, is it?
Exactly. It doesn't taste the same. So for those that don't remember, Fruity Pebbles used to be like Corn Pops, basically, or Count Chocula, like the circular boulders. And they tasted amazing. I loved those. And then there was also a cereal. I don't remember who made it, but it was a Fruity Treasure cereal. Fruity Treasures. They were like a cornstarch outer coating, and then they had a random fruit flavor in the middle.
Oh,
long time ago.
There's a few of those that have been around. There's ones that are like the shredded wheat clusters that have the fruity center.
Mm-hmm.
There's Crave that has the chocolate center.
Oh yeah, I hate chocolate in cereal. That's never been a thing for me. It was kind of like Crave, but instead of chocolate, it was fruit.
I like Crave, except for how fucking sharp those corners are. Why does a breakfast cereal have corners on it?
That's a good question.
In order for them to soften, you have to leave them in the milk long enough that they go soggy. So what's the point?
It's kind of like Captain Crunch.
Yeah,
that stuff will tear your mouth apart.
Captain Crunch is at least like rounded. Every single, I mean, you'll occasionally get one with a pointy end, but like every single piece of Crave has 4 very distinct points on it.
It's true.
Yeah, for me, I like Reese's Puffs. That's a pretty regular one for me. Yeah. I do like Cinnamon Toast Crunch as well. Do they still make French Toast Crunch?
They do.
Oh man,
they do.
And I also like they make apple cinnamon Chex.
Oh yeah, they're pretty good too. Yeah, Chex are good.
Yeah.
Have you ever had Life cereal?
I think I had it like once or twice or something.
It's pretty good. It's got a very unique flavor that I've never had before. It's very fresh, but it's healthy for you. I recommend Life, so to speak.
Yeah. Go to the grocery store and get a Life.
Exactly. Yeah. Cereal's great. Underrated.
It is.
Honey Shreddies used to be amazing.
Oh my God, Shreddies! Fuck, those are so good.
They used to put so much honey on them, and now they're cheapskates. You'll get like one out of every 50 Shreddy pieces has a good chunk of honey in it.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you guys?
I mean, the Shreddies are still pretty good, but they're
still good.
They're definitely lighter than they used to be.
Yeah.
There was
everything's cheap these days.
Did you ever have Sugar Crisp as a kid?
I
get enough of that Sugar Crisp.
I've had it before. It's not my bag.
Yeah, I never liked them.
Was never like the marshmallow ones either. I was never like a Trix or a Lucky Charms guy.
I do like the marshmallows, but the thing is, they're just freeze dried. There's nothing special about them. They're just freeze dried marshmallows. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always thought it was really stupid. Like, remember every like year or two they would add, or at least for a while they were adding new marshmallow shapes to to Lucky Charms. It's like, oh, now there's rainbows and blue balloons and stars.
Leprechauns.
There was all that shit, and it's like, why? It's the exact same thing. It's
because
just
the kids got to have it.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was stupid. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: what's your favorite cereal that is really more useful? Because you mentioned you like Chex. What's your favorite cereal that's more useful as a base for some kind of snack? You know, like Rice Krispies are made into Rice Krispie squares, that kind of thing.
I can't say I have one on that. I kind of like my cereal alone. You know? Yeah.
I've made those. There's a recipe for them on the back of Chex. They're called Muddy Buddies. It's basically like crunched up Chex with like chocolate and marshmallows mixed in. They just make a big block and you break them up and you have these, cereal-y clusters with chocolate and marshmallows in them. I made those with my niece. They're pretty good.
We gotta stop talking about food. Now I'm hungry already. We still got a long time to go to get to the end of the show.
Yeah.
But this cereal hour brought to you by Andrew.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got into that conversation.
Reach out to me. Let's talk. We would advertise for them because they're not a video game company.
Sponsor the show. Let's do it. I'm all about
we'll
that.
Take Chex unless they do Chex Quest 4. And then, then we couldn't do them because Chex Quest is that game that they made.
It was. Another healthy cereal I actually like is Honey Bunches of Oats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you get those like oat clusters and honey clusters and stuff. Yeah. Really good. Yeah.
You know, we haven't mentioned Cheerios once, and that's like the standard for cereal.
I was gonna say I've had like honey nut Cheerios in like a mix of like a trail mix kind of a thing, Yeah. So I guess that would be my answer. It wouldn't be my go-to thing though.
I do like Honey Nut Cheerios. They're like a good, safe.
Yeah, they're
fine. Frosted Cheerios are another one.
I used to really like frosted mini wheats.
Oh yeah. With the singing mini wheat that's voiced by Yakko from Animaniacs.
Yeah. Animaniacs.
Did you ever watch the reboot of that?
Nope.
No, I tried, and there was it's stupid. There's one thing that killed it for me, and that's that the Warners are like a yellowish color. They have like a yellow tint to them instead of being like stark black and white. And that just really bothers me because they're supposed to be the in-world fiction is that they're abandoned cartoon characters from the black and white era that were too wacky. So having them be like now black and sepia tone, it feels so strange, even though it's apparently a decent reboot. Apparently it's better than the Tiny Toons reboot.
Anything's better than the reboot.
Oh God, the live action thing. Oh,
what they were smoking. No idea what they were smoking with that.
Yeah. Although there's that King of the Hill revival that is actually like set, like 10 or 15 whatever years after the original end of the show. So it's not just, oh, we're going back to where we were. It's like, no, this is gonna cover like, oh, hey, Bobby's an adult now and
Fuller House.
Oh God, yeah.
All right. At some point, let's talk about video games.
At some point, whenever.
Let's get to housekeeping and corrections. No corrections. There may have been, but I was not made aware of anything. Housekeeping, as always, a reminder, we are on YouTube Music and YouTube. If you want the audio-only edition of the show, it is available on YouTube Music. And don't forget to join the Co-op Club Discord community server, where myself and many others are talking about video games, talking about wrestling, talking about world events, like Colbert being fired.
Yeah,
we won't get into it, though.
Well, I actually do have something to say about that.
Oh, yeah?
Which is, like, I never really got into, and you and I have talked about this briefly, just like off the show. I was never like a huge fan of Colbert on
late night.
on late night.
You liked his original character.
Yeah, I think Colbert worked. Yeah, I think Colbert works better as a character. Of course, the problem with that, and I think he saw the writing on the wall, is that the character he was portraying was very quickly coming up on just being real, with the way things are going, which has in fact happened. But like, I just couldn't get into him being like, he's got so much energy and he's got such amazing delivery. Like he's basically a cartoon character when he really gets going. And I think he works best as a character. So I'm not like going to be like, oh man, I like this show so much, it's going away. But it's like, he talked shit about CBS and then they immediately end the show. And it's not just him. Like, they're not getting a new host. They're just ending the show.
Ending the show, which is like you're ending late night. The legacy of late night is just being canceled.
Yeah, it's just like so transparently vindictive for him daring to say. And that the exact same shit happened to Jon Stewart. That's why he's back on The Daily Show, because he had a show with Apple. And he talked shit about AI on an episode of his show, and Apple's, like all tech companies, investing in AI, so they fucking canned his show. Like, it's bullshit.
Yeah, remember when people could have opinions and could speak their mind and not have to worry about repercussions that, there's obviously some topics that are not acceptable, but talking about AI is not an unacceptable
like it's
discussion.
It's so obvious. I mean, this is a thing that's been around for a long time. Like in video games, remember when Jeff Gerstmann talked shit about Kane and Lynch 2?
And even because they were being sponsored by it.
Yeah, they were being the site is fully emblazoned with like full,
which is why you should never
full
promote
integration. That's what they call it, full integration. Yeah. And he's like, the game it sucks.
You should never promote stuff that your company covers. It's just it's messy.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Or make sure, if you do, that you make it very transparent with those people that if the game sucks, we're going to say something about it. Like, we're giving an honest review. If you don't like it, tough. Don't advertise with us. Like,
that's what Penny Arcade did.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned that before. They took an ad campaign for the second Prince. What was it? Warrior Within.
Warrior Within.
And the previous one was so good. They were just like, yeah, of course we'll run ads for the second one. There's no way it could suck. And it came out and it was like super busted. And
it was broken.
Yeah, they made comics about that, and Ubisoft was not happy. And so they said, okay, well,
I love that.
Yeah, going forward, we need to have pre-release copies. Like, we need to get, playable builds like reviewers do ahead of time, because, we don't want to promote, we don't want to be advertising a game and then making a comic, making fun of it. So we want to know in advance that this game is going to be good before we start running ads for it.
Yeah. All right, let's get into what we're playing. So you said that you've started a game, but no new things to say about it just yet. Need more time with it.
So I started Final Fantasy 16 because it was on sale a little while ago, like last week. And
can't wait to hear your thoughts on it.
It was actually really reasonably priced. It was like $45.
Nice.
So I was like, yeah, sure.
Did that include the DLC or?
No. Okay. It did not include the DLC. But they did have the DLC and stuff on sale as well. But I was like, okay. Well, I'm not gonna buy into the DLC unless really I enjoy the game. Yeah. If it costs me more to buy the DLC later, then so be it. But I'd hate to like spend extra on the DLC and then find out how it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I've played the demo for FF16, so I know that it's at least fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a question of whether or not I'm going to want more once I'm done with it, right?
Yep, I can't wait to hear.
But yeah, I've only just started. Like I'm in that forest with Sid, So it's like right at the beginning, because like you pick up.
Yeah, you got a long way to go.
You pick up where because it brings in your demo progress. So
nice.
I didn't have to do like the flashback to his childhood and his brother's death and all that stuff again. It was just, okay. Like I I started up the game, which takes a long time to boot. That game has a really long initial boot. It takes
it does.
5 minutes.
It does, but then it doesn't have any loading during the game.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. I got into the game and it said, "Oh, hey, you previously had the demo and the save data is here. Just hit load game and it'll all be there." And I was like, "Oh, that's very nice. Thank you." Like I knew awesome. that was a thing that they did, but it was just so slickly integrated. I was like, "Oh, I do love it when they just make it easy."
I think you get an item from playing the demo too, or something like that.
Yes, you do. You get a sword.
Cool.
But I'm still so early in the game that it's I don't really have any insight other than the combat is fun, which I already knew from the demo. But I'm looking forward to it because the demo also does let you see a little bit further into the game. You get to once you finish the initial chapter of the demo, you get the option to play.
You fast forward basically.
Yeah, to
like
basically
3/4 through the game.
A section in a castle and the boss fight with Benedicta. So I know that that's coming. And that was fun. That was the most fun part of the demo for me. Because you have more abilities unlocked. So the game's combat can really shine. A lot, so. Yeah, so now because when I just played that initial part of the demo, I was like, this combat's kind of but then when I saw, oh no, it opens up a lot, I was like, oh, great. Yeah. So, and I've already started to unlock stuff, like I've got the sword like crashing down combo from the air, the leaping off the enemies, the charging up the sword for the fire strike. So I've already got stuff, and it's already a lot more fun than it was in sort of the prologue. So
you will respec many times, I promise.
Yes. I've taken a peek inside the skills and I say, oh, there's a circle. Oh, there's another circle. Oh, there's space for a lot of other circles here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all about finding the perfect balance of things that work together and synergize
I see
for
where
you.
This is going.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that, but I'm just starting it, so I don't really have anything to say that I haven't said about the demo. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to hear your thoughts once you get deeper into it.
Yeah.
All right. So I tried Monster Hunter Wilds.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope.
Not for me.
Yeah, I wish
it's not a series I can get into until they make a more accessible way of getting into it. It does the same thing Admont World did, where it just throws everything at you and just expects you to know it. Or to read everything, and I'm just like, I don't have the patience or the time to just spend 700 hours in this game, and I just don't care enough to do it. And I just don't find the combat all that entertaining, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they assume that you've played all the previous ones, which is why it's so hard to onboard new people, which sucks, because I kind of like the idea of these games, but it's so impenetrable.
I saw. I didn't include the news article in our news section because I don't find it likely that it's super accurate. But I saw a couple of articles that said that the game has lost 98% of its player base on PC. So
I don't know about that.
Yeah, apparently the end game is very shallow compared to previous games. So I don't know. But anyway, it's not for me. I'm not going to comment on it just because. It's definitely not for me. And this is confirmation for me that the series is just, until I hear a reviewer go, this is the most accessible way to get into the series I've ever seen.
This is the on-ramping title in the franchise. Then
until I hear that, I'm not trying again. I've been burned enough, and I'm glad I didn't pay for it. Let me tell you. Mm-hmm. So let's get into what I have played this past week. Starting with I finished the Alters.
Oh.
Finished the Alters, which I talked at length last week, so I don't have a lot to add to my my comments from last week, but I got around the glitch. I figured out what the glitch was, or at least what was triggering it. Why it was triggering it, I don't know. But the two times, so there was two glitches I encountered in the game, and both were kind of similar reasoning. Mm-hmm. So there's these cliffs you can climb, just like that. We just saw it there. Some of them require a zip line to get up, and some of them you just do a little short climb. but when you get to the top of the cliff, sometimes it like doesn't push your character farther enough forward. So you're like half of your body ends up being like off the path that the game design structure has approved for you to walk on.
Oh, so then, you're outside the nav mesh.
Yeah, so you can't you just run in place and you get stuck.
You're basically out of bounds.
Yeah, you're out of bounds essentially. You can't move, you can't do anything, so you just have to load the last checkpoint.
Yeah, that's actually that's actually a pretty common bug in a lot of games. Yeah. Is something nudges your character as part of an animation. The problem is it happened
multiple times.
Yeah,
so it was
or it fails to nudge your character as part of an animation, and you end up with the sort of the point on the
right there.
Yeah, the point on the ground, because if you open up, if you have the ability to open up one of these models in 3D software, you'll often find that there's an animation bone beneath or between the feet, and the bone isn't actually connected to anything. But it's there, and what I assume that's for is that's the point on the model where the game defines this is where the character is standing, like for the purposes of, are they standing on a platform or are they standing on nothing? Which is why, like, in a lot of games you can get it so your character's foot is kind of hanging off a platform, because they haven't technically stepped off.
Yeah, their center of gravity is basically
their
like
center of gravity
their 2 feet.
Exactly is what it is between their 2 feet, and that is the point of reference for the character's location. And if that gets nudged outside of the navigation mesh,
which is a thing at that point.
Yeah, which is a thing that a lot of games use to define where you can go. Not every game has one, but a lot of games do.
This is one of those games that has a map, like a map where you can clearly tell the defined places you can go and can't go.
Yeah, and that'll be where the nav mesh is essentially. And if it gets pushed out of there, then you're fucked, because if it's a game that uses a navigation mesh to say this is where you're permitted to move, then if you're outside it, you're not permitted to move.
Yeah, I had a few times where I was able to get back into the mesh, just by like doing a crazy pattern on the sticks and running as fast as I possibly can, and I'm like, all of a sudden it just dislodges back into space that I can walk. But most of the time I had to reload a checkpoint, which is really annoying in this game because the checkpoints are at the start of each day. So you could get to like the end of the day, get stuck, and now you have to repeat the whole day. So
oh god,
really irritating.
That's demoralizing.
Yeah, it's very demoralizing. It's very annoying. And then the other glitch I encountered was kind of similar, but it caused something different. So you can create these pylons that transfer energy and materials back to your base, but you can also use them to fast travel.
Okay.
And I set one up. I think what happened is I set it up too close to the cliff.
Oh.
And when
you spawn in from the fast travel?
Yeah, well, it only happens when I spawn in from the base. So when I go from the base to the world, it would crash the game.
Yeah.
So I realized what I could do is I could just exit somewhere else into the world, and then I could fast travel to the pylon, and it would be fine. So it was something to do with the location of that pylon triggering the world generation that caused the game to crash. So I was able to get around it, and then I didn't really have any problems after that. The ending was quite cool. I stand by my 8 that I gave it last week. I don't, I don't think I would change that, that score. I don't think it's my favorite game from this team. I mean, it's hard to beat their other games, right? This War of Mine and Frostpunk are just incredible experiences. So it's hard for me to say that it's better than those, but I still enjoyed it. Great ending. The choices definitely matter. I can see me going through this game again 6 months to a year from now and just making completely different changes and choices and seeing what the differences really
that's kind of what their games are about. Like, this War of Mine is not over just because you've gotten to the end of whatever the time limit on the war is. There's so many things for you to see, so many different, depending on where you go scavenging, whether or not you try to interfere in conflicts that are arising with other survivors. There's just so much stuff. So
I don't think this is as replayable as
no. I
their
suspect
other
that this
games,
is
though.
probably longer for each.
It's
For
quite
lack of a better word, run.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can
because there's a lot of talking.
You can do a run of this War of Mine in like 2 to 3 hours. It's not very long.
No. Yeah, this is probably a good 16 to 20.
Yeah,
per run.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
It's considerably longer.
But yeah, I recommend it. Maybe wait 6 months and then try it. Maybe they'll have all the bugs kind of worked out and it'll be in a much more smooth state. Mm-hmm. But I enjoyed it.
Cool.
And then the other game I've been playing was kind of surprising. It was Blasphemous.
Oh. So
this is an older game-ish. Mm-hmm. It's last gen, PS4, Xbox One. Look at that gore. I love it. Mm-hmm. The animation is so cool.
Was this brought on by the Ninja Gaiden game? Got you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I enjoyed this, and I played Blasphemous 1, the demo, and I was like, yeah, this is not for me. But I think that must have been before I played Elden Ring. So it was before I kind of understood that you need patience in games like this. Mm-hmm. And so I went back into it with a much fresher mindset and really enjoyed it. I'm about 14, 15 hours in. I'm done with it. I got to the point where I've explored most of the world. I think I'm at like 85% of the secrets, and like the content completed. So I really just have a couple of boss fights that are really, really, really fucking difficult.
Yeah.
That I was just like, okay, I've had my share. I don't need to bash my head against the wall to defeat these last few bosses and see the ending, because the story's just, it's fucking weird. Mm-hmm. just like an Elden Ring or any other kind of game. It's just fucking very strange. Yeah. But the action's great. It's challenging enough, but fair. It's a Metroidvania, so you've got skills to unlock, spells to find. I only found like half of the spells in the game, so I don't know where the hell those other spells are. It's a game full of secrets. It is basically a Soulsvania, I would call it. Yeah. So I would highly recommend it to those who like patient Metroidvania type games. It does have its problems though. The combat's great. I have no real complaints about the combat. It's fantastic, and it changes, and it's brutal, and it's fun. The main problem with the game is fast travel. There's just not anywhere near enough fast travel points in the game.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of backtracking, and this is also a game that came out before Prince of Persia. What's the
Lost Crown?
Lost Crown. So the map system is just very archaic, and it's like, why? What was at the end of that really long tunnel? Should I go back there and see what was there? Where was this thing? I'm like, it does have like these little icons you can pin on the map, but I didn't realize that until like a few hours into the game.
Oh no.
And then there's not enough icons to really differentiate between all the things that you really want to
I fucking
remember.
Hate that. You know what else I hate is when they put a limit on how many pins you can place.
Yeah, I didn't experience that in this game, but I know what you mean. That's fucking really annoying.
Elden Ring does that. It's like, oh, there's 100, which sounds like a lot, but then when you're trying to mark off like all the so okay, yeah, I've done this secret, I got this thing, like it's just God. I really like it when games let you write notes on the map.
Yep.
Or like assign a note to a pin, so the pin is there, and then you mouse over it, and it says
a word or something.
The Elder Scrolls games used to let you do that. Daggerfall lets you do that. Morrowind lets you do that, at least on PC. It didn't do that on Xbox.
Valheim lets you do it.
Yeah. I don't know if Arena does it, but I also don't really give a shit about Arena.
No, not many do. I don't think.
No, Daggerfall's better in every way, although I really don't give too much of a shit about Daggerfall either. I'm a Morrowind guy, but anyway. But yeah, Oblivion and Skyrim don't let you do that, which is really strange.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I would give this a 7 or an 8. I'd say I'm so close to an 8, but It's always the dilemma with our 10-point scale for me is
Mm-hmm.
would I consider this a great game or a good game? I consider it a good game. I'm going to go with a 7.
Okay.
There is a sequel, which I didn't even know.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for a sale on that,
Okay.
and potentially check that out and see how much they improve things. Apparently there's a shitload of DLC for this game too, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to venture that way because usually DLC and Souls likes are balls hard,
Yeah. They
you know.
just they ramp it up, and it's like, oh, do we
Yeah,
really do we really need to do that? No,
no,
but they do
no,
it anyway.
yeah,
I think because it's easier to make.
yeah, probably. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's very cool. It's very creepy. Some absolutely cool boss fights.
Oh, I bet.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, very very cool. Um,
I really
some
should play
definite.
it at some point because, like, this,
Yeah, I would recommend it.
God,
I
it's
think you
so
would like
fucking
it.
gorgeous.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. It's very cool. A 7 is an objective fair, but like if you're a fan of Metroidvanias, then
Yeah,
you'd
which
probably
I
really
am.
enjoy this. Yeah.
Even if I think
There.
it's a fucking stupid name for a genre, it's
Blah.
just what everyone's
Oh,
accepted.
Metroidvania. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it so much.
um, the my only other complaint about it is like in most Metroidvanias, you unlock like an ability that you can use to access new areas and stuff like that. You do in this one, many of them. I think there's 6. But for some reason they only allow you to have 3 of the 6 on at once. You have to swap them out in order to have them on. And I'm like, why
Eh.
weren't they just on? At no point was I like this game would be the balancing would be off if they were on because
Oh,
they're just
okay.
things that they're just things that let you access other areas. You know, so like one will like allow you to jump out of water. Like
Yeah.
if you're in like a low water, you can't really jump.
Hmm.
So you get one, and now you can jump normally, or you'll get one that creates structures that appear in very specific areas. So it's like, why can't I just have them all on? It was pretty irritating. Or falling into pits because some of the pits will actually go to places.
Hmm.
Because you'll see on the map, you'll be like, well, why can't I drop down here? It clearly goes somewhere. I can see it on the map, but you need that item in order to actually drop down, which it's like, why can't that always be on once I get it? It's so that's really irritating.
Hmm.
Um, and but yeah, I obviously liked it because I played 15 hours of it, you know,
Hmm.
and yeah, so highly recommend for anybody who likes that genre. And I'll see if I can play the sequel. All right, let's get into the Metacritic check-in, if I can find it. So the first game in the Metacritic check-in is The Drifter, which I've never even heard of, but it's getting really great reviews, sitting at an 84 by critics. No user scores
I
yet,
feel like I've
but
heard of this one, but I'm trying to place it. And the thing
I
is,
think it's a point and click adventure.
yeah, like visually, it looks it looks like a lot of stuff that's out now.
Mm-hmm.
I probably saw this in some kind of roundup or sizzle reel, and
Apparently, there is action in it, though. It's not just a
yeah.
point and click adventure. So I don't.
Well, it's that can go well or very poorly. There are some. I mean, hopefully they would have learned the lessons of previous games that did that, because like you know there are point and click games that try to do like arcade like mini
Oh yeah.
games, and
Well,
they
I mean, according to the reviews, at
yeah
least, it seems like it was done well. It was
yeah
the developer is Powerhoof. Don't
okay.
know. Don't know
Not
who they are.
familiar with them.
No, but yeah, it's doing well. So thought I would give it a shout out. Let's see what else was here.
Man, it looks
Oh,
nice.
yeah, it's very cool art style. Donkey Kong Bonanza
Oh
is
yeah,
out
this is doing super well.
super well. It is sitting at a 90 from critics and 92 from users. So
Yeah,
it's doing very well.
I don't think I've heard a single bad thing about this game.
No, no. It's not in. Yeah, I didn't include it in the news because I didn't think it was super, relevant. But I guess this is like the first game in a new strategy for Donkey Kong. I guess what they're doing is having similar to Mario has the 3D Mario games and the 2D Mario games. They're going to be doing that with Donkey Kong now. So there's every probably once a generation, we're going to get a Donkey Kong 3D platformer, and at least one or two 2D Donkey Kong games now, apparently.
Yeah.
So just like Mario, we get a couple of side scrollers in a 3D game.
Yeah.
So that's apparently what the idea is for Donkey Kong.
Yeah, like it looks so much. It looks like so much fun.
Yep.
Just
I won't be playing it for a long time, but
yeah, I know it sucks because it's like, oh, I really want to get a Switch 2 now, but like it's not in the budget.
No,
if I want to have financial stability for the rest of the year.
I will definitely wait.
I have the money, but it's tied up in adult things like bills and more bills and feeding myself.
Yeah, I just can't justify the price.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure I will one day, once there's a Donkey Kong, a Mario, a Zelda, once
sure, yeah.
Once all that stuff's out, I might be able to justify it. And maybe by then there'll be a sale or a cheaper model or something. Who knows? All right. Another game that I've never heard of that's getting some sort of rave reviews is Back to the Dawn. I don't know if you've heard this one. This one's sitting at an 86.
No, I'm not familiar with this one. Jesus. Ooh. Oh, that looked rough.
Yeah, this one is Metalhead Games, published by Spiral Up. The summary reads, in Back to the Dawn, you play a reporter caught up in a dark conspiracy who got thrown into a maximum security prison for not playing ball. Gather your wits and learn how to survive in this hostile environment. Explore every inch of the prison and exploit any weaknesses you find. Make friends or foes with your fellow inmates, and with their help, break out of prison. It's not just your life you're saving, but the entire city. It's like a top-down and side-scrolling survival game.
It's kind of got that HD 2D thing going on where they make 3D elements that look like extruded 2D elements.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I love art styles in games, man. Some of them look so cool.
Yeah, like when they really incorporate it as like a gameplay.
Ooh, that lighting.
Yeah.
That look cool. So, a game to keep our eyes on.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, Shadow Labyrinth.
Yes.
Also coming out. This one's doing okay. It's sitting at a 69.
Nice.
Early reviews, though, so we'll wait for a more robust. IGN hasn't even posted their review yet.
Wow, so that looked like fucking Metroid right there.
Yeah, I ran. Yeah, there's some calls being made.
Yeah,
in this
and
trailer.
That looks like fucking Zone of the Enders.
Yeah, it looks really cool. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see from some super credible places.
I really have no idea what to think about this one. Like it's strange. It's such a weird thing. Like it doesn't look bad. It's just like what? Why Pac-Man? Like obviously these bosses are the ghosts. But like it's such a weird thing. And I don't dislike that. In fact I love weirdo stuff, but this one is like, why Pac-Man? Like what made you look at this and say we need to put Pac-Man in this, or what made you look at Pac-Man and say we need to make this kind of game out of it? It's just
Indeed.
It's very strange, but it does look kind of cool. So
it does look cool. Well, I'll do a little bit more research. So let's get into the news. Since a video has already started playing for our first news article.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a whole lot of tied to this, but I thought I would mention it because it seems to be a big deal to a lot of people. But Tokyo gaming mecca Akihabara?
Yeah, Akihabara. Yes, it's a region. This is. Here we go. I'm getting into it. It's technically not. From what I understand, it's technically not part of the official Akihabara district, but you get there from the Akihabara train station. It's technically part of the Sotokanda district in Tokyo, but everybody calls it Akihabara Electric Town because it's a place in Tokyo. It's a neighborhood in Tokyo that has lots of electronic stores, computer stores,
Anime,
video
manga.
game stores, anime stores, manga stores, like
It's Nerd Central.
It's Nerd Central. It's Nerd Mecca in Tokyo. It's the first place that anybody who's into anime or video games usually hits up when they go to Tokyo.
And Gendagigo, I think is how you say the company name, Gendagigo. Entertainment announced on July 15th that it will close the Akihabara Gigo 1 arcade at the end of August. This was Sega's flagship arcade, and its red building has been a landmark of Tokyo's electronics district for 32 years.
Yes.
So RIP to a legendary arcade.
There's a game called Akiba Strip, which is it's a game where you fight vampires by pulling their clothes off and exposing them to the sunlight. It's one of those kind of games.
Okay. Why are we shouting this out?
Because it takes place in Akihabara, and it has a very, very faithful recreation of the neighborhood.
Oh, cool.
It's they have like real buildings there with the real locations, and in some cases like photo sourced textures and stuff. It's basically a virtual recreation of a section of Akihabara.
This is a tour of the arcade, by the way.
Yeah,
courtesy of Walk and Travel,
in which you rip the clothes off of teenagers to expose them to the sunlight.
Okay, sounds weird.
The point of this is that it's a very accurate recreation in a game that I do not want to play.
I don't think anyone will. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully, very few want to play it. But yeah, so sad to see a landmark like that go away. But arcades are, unfortunately, especially since COVID, going away, which is very sad. You know, our very own Game Time here in our town went away after COVID, and that was very sad for me, as I used to frequent there all the time. I used to play skee ball, ride the 3D roller coaster, like virtual reality 3D roller coaster. They had like axe throwing and virtual reality headsets, although I never used the virtual reality headsets because, quite frankly, ew.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't even want to share my own with someone, let alone use a public virtual reality headset. It's just weird. Even pre-COVID, I'd be like, nah, I don't know. That's just, I mean, I'm sure they clean them, but like, it's
but
still,
how often and how
like,
well?
Yeah, just no thanks. But yeah, tons of arcade shooters and, you know, some pinball machines, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I miss having an arcade in our town. We have one, a new one technically. I haven't been to it yet though. I don't think it's anywhere near as big as what Game Time was though.
Yeah.
But anyway, rest in peace, Sega Arcade. Sucks.
Yeah.
The olden days is going away.
You ever been to Palladium in Toronto? I have no idea if it's still there, but
I've been to a Palladium.
Yeah,
but not. I don't think it was the Toronto one.
Yeah, it was a pretty big one. It was like a. Oh God, I don't know how it was. It was like a multi-level arcade, like multiple floors.
Oh no,
yeah.
It may have been in Hamilton or something like that. I went to. I remember the one that had like you could play Street Fighter by actually doing the moves.
Oh yeah.
So you stood in front of the screen, and it like any action you did, your character would do, and you fought someone else.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work worth a shit. It was like pre-connect. It was like real bad.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it tries to figure out what is the closest equivalent move.
Yes,
based on what you're doing or something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, but it was funny.
Yeah. There was one in Ottawa back in the 90s that had a VR setup, like when that was a really, really novel thing, and it sucked, but it was cool because it was VR in the 90s. And they also, as I recall, they had Star Wars Episode 1 Racer on a giant fucking screen. like a field of view encompassing screen, and there was like a sit down like racing module for you to use and everything.
Yeah. All right, let's move forward here. What do we got next? Oh yeah, time to talk more about Subnautica 2 and the drama surrounding it.
So okay, I will let you take this because this is your wheelhouse. But yes, there's been development on the Subnautica 2 story.
Two developments. So for those of you who don't know, Subnautica 2, if you didn't tune in last week and the week before, or maybe it was just last week, I don't know. But the three sort of original founders of Unknown Worlds were unceremoniously removed from the studio and by their publisher, who replaced them with someone else, claiming that the game was not ready to be released in 2025 in early access and was delayed to 2026. Since then, those three people have filed a lawsuit against the publisher Krafton for $250 million, I believe it was, claiming that the bonus, they were supposed to get a bonus of $250 million if they met certain financial goals in 2025, and the delay of the game would have meant that they wouldn't reach that goal, so they'd be out $250 million just because the publisher says the game's not ready. And clearly the developer disagreed that it was ready, and that's kind of where we sit. Mm-hmm. Both sides seem to have, up until this point, have credible reasoning for the decision. It's just a matter of who's telling the truth and who's not. And that's what we're trying to figure out. So, is Krafton correct that this game was not even close to being ready for a early access release? Or are they just trying to avoid paying out a $250 million bonus to the studio? That's the big question. So the drama continues with the leak of an internal review document that shares a less than stellar mid-cycle review. Rather than deny the leak, however, Krafton has authenticated it, saying, quote, "Given these circumstances, Krafton has determined that transparent communication is necessary and has chosen to confirm the authenticity of the document," end quote. The leaked images themselves show 2 pages of a developmental review and appear to be photographs of a PC monitor. They show the disconnect between where Krafton expected development to be versus the as-is position of the game. While we don't know who or which company authored the report, it's clearly critical of Unknown Worlds, recommending that Subnautica 2 should, quote, "launch with an MVP-level build that allows players to experience the core loop at a high level of quality," but adding that at its current state, the game, quote, "lacks the level of polish and market impact required to drive IP growth and expansion," end quote, which is just a really corporate sentence if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, saying, it should be out in early access, but it's not good enough. But
it's not good enough,
that seems like a weird sentiment to me, because that's kind of the point of early access, is to put it out.
We talked about it. It's like some early access games are in just shit states. But I guess they didn't want to launch it in that state. They wanted to launch it in more of a state of like Baldur's Gate 3, where like this is the game and this is the experience you're going to get, and you're just going to get more of it, I think is kind of what they kind of wanted to go for, I guess. It is strange though.
It is.
But it continues. Quote, "It's recommended to enhance the content volume and level of polish before launching so that it can appeal to a broader market from the early access release stage. While the game includes a variety of content, it currently lacks the freshness and volume expected of a sequel. In addition, it falls short of meeting the high expectations of the OWSC and the Asian market." I'm not sure what OWSC is. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
it's unclear how the leaked document began circulating publicly. Let's see.
It's very, very strange. Like,
so, Krafton said more in a document or in a statement to Eurogamer. The document that has been circulating on social media and reported by various outlets is indeed part of an internal milestone review conducted as part of the Subnautica 2 project. Krafton has confirmed that portions of it have been leaked and are now widely shared across online platforms and within the fan community. Given these circumstances, Krafton has determined that transparency, we talked about that. Krafton believes that minimizing speculation and ensuring accurate communication with players must take precedence. Milestone reviews are conducted regularly in collaboration with Krafton's creative studios across all projects. These reviews help assess development progress, define clear objectives, and ensure that each project aligns with Krafton's standards in both creativity and quality. This process is central to Krafton's commitment to delivering polished, high-quality games at the right time. So there's that. But Krafton also issued a response to the lawsuit, specifically, which is as follows. Krafton's decisions were made to ensure Subnautica 2 is the best possible game and lives up to fan expectations. Releasing the game prematurely with insufficient content, falling short of what fans expect in a sequel, would have both disappointed the players, who are at the heart of everything Krafton does, and damaged the reputations of both the Subnautica and Unknown Worlds brands. While we are disappointed that Charlie, Max, and Ted have filed a lawsuit seeking a huge payout, we look forward to defending ourselves in court. In the meantime, Krafton remains focused on what matters, delivering the best possible game as quickly as possible to Subnautica fans. And that's where we leave off.
Look forward to defending ourselves in court. That's a weird thing to say. That's probably nothing to look into. That's probably just them.
Bad wording.
Yeah, but it's such a weird thing to say. Nobody looks forward to defending themselves in court.
I think what they mean is just like we will defend ourselves in court because we're not doing anything wrong. I assume is kind of what they're getting at there. So I don't really know. I'm half and half right now. Like, it seems like both sides have their valid points, and now we just kind of need proof that they're telling the truth. And
to me, it depends on who that memo came from. Because if that's an assessment that, like, if that assessment of the game being quote unquote not ready even for early access because of whatever came from the developers, well,
we don't know.
I'm going to trust them to make that assessment on their own game. But if it came from the publisher, that just sounds like a very fancy way of saying, "Oh yeah, it's not good enough yet," you know.
So I do. Again, I haven't taken a side yet because I don't think there's enough information yet. But if I remember correctly, I don't remember if it was the original Subnautica or if it was Below Zero. It may have just been the original Subnautica, but when it initially launched, it was in some pretty bare bones state.
Yeah, which is what early access is for.
But maybe they don't want to repeat that. Maybe they thought that, like, and I'm talking about the publisher.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought that if a sequel entered early access, it's got to at least meet the level of content that the first game had in order to suck people in and not lose their interest.
That's never going to happen for an early access release, and they should know that.
Hades 2 launched with a lot of content. I don't know, man. Some games there's two. I find that there's two methods of early access. Mm-hmm. There's the indie game style of early access where they launch in, way before pre-alpha, like they're just getting assets done, it's playable, but there's lots of things to work on. Like, there's years of development time ahead.
Yeah. I've that was what you're describing there is Shroud of the Avatar, which was a Kickstarter game that I backed. And as part of backing it, I got super early access to it. And it was like, here's a town scene. There's no sound effects. Half of the models don't have textures on them. There's no combat. There's no real gameplay to speak of.
Yeah,
but you can walk around and you can see what we've done, with our engine so far.
Yeah, there's that type. There's type where you can play the whole game, but there's just a lot of content that they're still working on,
and
or
a
there's
lot of refinement to do.
A lot of balancing, exactly. A lot of assets that are just like there's placeholders all over the place of like textures that are just not there.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of like that's sort of one type of early access, and then there's other type of early access like Baldur's Gate 3 and Hades 2, where the game is basically done. It's basically in like an alpha state where,
but it needs fine tuning.
Yeah, all the content is kind of there. Everything is it's just bug fixes, it's balancing, it's it's in its final 6 months to a year basically of development, right?
Mm-hmm.
And and that's why I'm assuming, again, if Krafton is telling the truth, that maybe the developers wanted to launch it in early access in the first example I gave, and Krafton wanted to launch it in early access in the second way of doing early access.
Yeah,
that's kind of my assumption right now. But again, I feel like both sides could be telling the truth. Right now I don't lean in either direction. Whereas when I first heard about this, I was like, oh fuck, Krafton is not looking innocent in this. Whereas now I'm like, maybe both were right and wrong. Maybe they just couldn't meet in the middle, and they're both at fault for this.
Yeah, but this seems like the kind of thing that they should have worked out in advance and had this agreed upon, because it doesn't sound like there was I mean, maybe I'm looking too hard into this. It doesn't sound like this was something that was agreed upon in advance,
Well, they did say in that statement that they have all their projects have milestone reviews. So...
Yeah, but everything has milestone reviews, and it's
right.
like,
so wouldn't that be discussed ahead of time though? And then you would have had reviews that go, "Are you here yet?" And maybe the last review they had were not anywhere near there, but we're ready. But like the developers claiming we can still do early access. It just won't be where you want it to be right now. And Krafton's like,
maybe, but I
don't want to do that.
I don't think those guys would have resigned if it was just, oh, we didn't meet the goals that were agreed upon in time. That seems more to me like a protest for they've fucked us over by suddenly dumping, stricter requirements. I don't know, but the circumstances of this are very strange.
They are very strange. There's obviously that some dissension happened between the two, mm-hmm. and it seems like from the top level of Unknown Worlds, because we haven't really seen any backlash from the team. They're still there. No one's really saying anything. So it's really tough to say whether one side's like, who knows? We may come out of this and find out that these three were like just money hungry, grubbing, lazy people.
Possible.
Like, who knows? Yeah.
It's possible. It's not outside the realm of possibility. I don't think it's likely, but it's certainly not impossible.
No. And I'm not one to defend publishers lately, but
no.
I need more evidence, and that's what court's for. So we'll see. I think Krafton has a much higher, what's the word I want to use?
Like standard of quality?
No. I mean, they do have a high standard of quality. I mean, I played Callisto Protocol and it was polished to a fine sheen. Mm-hmm. But what I was trying to get at was Krafton has a much larger uphill battle, I think, because they have to prove that the game was not ready.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a very subjective thing to try and convince people of, especially if you're trying to convince a jury and a judge.
Well, there wouldn't be a jury in a case like this. This is
it would just be a judge then, right?
Yeah, this is a civil case.
So they have to convince the judge, who's probably not a video game enthusiast, that this project was not where they wanted it to be. I think that's a difficult thing to do.
I mean, depends on the judge they get.
It depends on the judge for sure. I just think they have a little bit of an uphill battle, but so do the other guys. The other guys have to prove that they specifically delayed this game to avoid a payout. And maybe they didn't, maybe they didn't. I don't know. But I'm very interested in finding out where this goes from here, because, again, Subnautica is it's very near and dear to my heart. Subnautica one of my favorite games of all time. Really want this sequel to succeed and be as good as it could possibly be.
Mm-hmm.
And I want that team to be
successful.
secure.
Yeah.
Secure and successful. And I want the right people to get what they deserve.
Yeah.
You know?
And you
Whoever
want the
that may
game to
be.
come out and be good.
And I want to be able to play the game at some point. Exactly. That's my biggest worry right now is this game's going to get canceled if they just can't get it back on or get it back on track or get it on track to where they want to get it to. Like, who knows? I'm starting to fear a little bit. But that team is great, so we'll see what happens. So
yeah,
we'll keep an eye on that story as it continues to develop.
Yeah, and I hate to say this, but I think it's going to get way uglier before. I think it's going to be super ugly because there's a lot of money tied up in this. Like, there's going to be, I don't think there's a way that this doesn't end with a bunch of bad blood.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, even if one side gets whatever they want, like, that's just going to piss off the other side, and. Like, what is the compromise in a situation like this?
A settlement, which it doesn't sound like Krafton has any interest in doing.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's going to get ugly. So we'll see. We'll continue to follow it and see where it goes.
Yeah.
All right, next up. Ready or Not has launched on consoles and to some controversy. Not sure if you've heard about this. A couple of issues. So I'll read the article again, courtesy of IGN. Void Interactive has proceeded with changes introduced to controversial shooter Ready or Not, despite widespread condemnation from fans who believe the developer is censoring the game's gore and violence by appeasing console market regulators. Quote, the free Los Santos Stories update is releasing now, listing bug fixes, new weapons, new missions, new difficulty system, animation changes, and audio overhauls on Steam. As detailed in the character art section pertaining to base game update changes, the update the update says, quote, added clothing to a character in a Lethal Obsession, Narcos, and some characters in the mission Hide and Seek. These are all mission names. Evidencing it is pressing on one of the more controversial changes, which is to cover up nudity in the game.
Yeah. I mean, that's a thing. Yeah.
It is a thing. Of the hundreds of comments left by players, many are unhappy. Void has gone ahead with the amendments. Thank you for punishing the PC community for the support we gave you all these years. So much misinformation here. Many games have all the elements Void chose to remove. They could have easily allowed PC players to toggle the gritty elements. They chose not to do this because they are greedy, lazy, who have sold out and simply didn't want to put any extra work for console money. So basically what they're saying is that
I think that's a little harsh.
Yeah, I think it's a little harsh as well. But essentially what they're saying, for those that don't quite understand, is that they're changing the PC version to align with the console version. So the same censorship that's happening on the console version is happening on the PC version. However, it gets a little worse, unfortunately. And that is that the PC version's visuals have also been lowered to match the console version. So now the game looks worse for seemingly no reason whatsoever.
Okay. I mean, I could see that as being like a developer side thing just for parity so that it's easier for them, but I don't see why you would do that. I don't think I've ever heard of a game getting downgraded graphics so they already put the time in, like all those models and textures and shaders and everything. I don't think I've ever heard of a game getting those downgraded because, it would be harder to, and this of course is just my speculation. It would be harder to have two tiers of quality, So that's why I'm speculating, because like I can't think of a reason why you would actually do that. I'm kind of grasping at straws here. I'm not super familiar with this. The nudity that they're changing. What is the extent of that? You might want to pause this since we're still talking about Ready or Not. The video's gone on to Nintendo Switch.
Forgot to loop it. My bad.
What's the extent of this nudity?
So, for those that don't know what the game is, it's basically a SWAT like. It's like SWAT 4.
Yeah, and, SWAT or Rainbow Six to a certain extent.
Yeah, definitely more like SWAT. It's more tactical and like you're ordering your squad a little bit more. Like it's not like the old Rainbow Six games. It's definitely more like SWAT. You would know it if you've played both. You would know like, it's like SWAT.
Yeah.
But the sometimes in some of the missions you find like a crate of like women who are being sex trafficked, and you open it up and they're all naked.
Okay. All right.
So they've clothed them.
Yeah, I can see why. Sorry, I'm really distracted by that gameplay moment where he threw the smoke grenade or whatever, and it bounced off the other player's head. It's like, yeah, real tactical asshole. But yeah.
I can continue. There are other censorship things that they've done. It's not just nudity. So there is I would say like a what do they call them? Tweens, where they're like, or preteen. Is that what they call them? So like somewhere in the 10 to 12 age area. In the original version, there's a girl who's very clearly drugged and like convulsing or seizuring. And now in the post patch, she's just sleeping.
Right. Okay. So this is not one of those cases where it's like, oh, it's just a bunch of fucking horny losers who are like, oh no, they covered up some of this character's cleavage. It's like, okay, I can see why that would be there. It's not just like, spank material. It's like, well, this is a gritty game, and it's like, if there's a drugged person, they're gonna have a reaction like that, or if there are these women who are being trafficked, then yeah, they might not be wearing any clothes. It's not just like, oh, this anime character has some cleavage covered. So I can see why people would be upset over the change, because it's like, you've got this game that's really violent and deals with some pretty serious shit.
Mm-hmm.
To then say, oh well, it's okay to show the the violence and all that, but like acknowledging the reality of the violence, but not the reality of the horrific nature of sex trafficking or drug abuse or whatever like that. It feels kind of disingenuous to say, oh, we'll do this, but we won't do this, especially if it was already there.
Yeah. And there's before and after images, but I can't show them because of YouTube. So
yeah. It's definitely the kind of thing that would have been better served, as was suggested in one of those comments, by just having a toggle.
Yeah.
The whole, oh, they're too lazy and they're fucking over the player, blah blah. Like I think that's going a little bit too far. But I do agree that the graphical
downgrade is very strange.
Yeah, and I'll get to that in a second. It's there are parts of the world where that stuff is taken more seriously than in others. Like there are parts of Asia. Like I don't know if this game is being launched internationally, but I could see this being a very popular game in like internet cafes and stuff. There are parts of East Asia where drug use is considered far more objectionable thing than it is here. And like just even references to drugs are enough to like get a higher age rating with whatever their equivalent of the ESRB is. Like in Japan, it's 0. I can see changes being made to certain releases in certain regions, but doing it across the board and not even giving the option for for a toggle for stuff that's already there in the PC version, that's weird. I don't like that. And the graphical stuff, I talked about it a little bit already, but the graphical stuff, that's very strange. Like downgrading a game after it's already been out there. That's I don't know what to make of that.
Me either. No idea. Like I said, it probably would make developing for both, because I assume the game's probably going to be continuously updated.
With
more missions and stuff like that. So maybe they just did it to align all of the platforms and make it easier for them to create it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Who knows?
it's still
Very strange, though.
very, very strange. I'm not sure what to make of this. Like, why?
No.
Why?
Yep. Yep. All right. Let's see. Next one. This one's. I just put this one in here just so you and I could laugh, but
Okay.
So let's see. I don't know if it's the next image or not, but if it is, tell me what's wrong with the following image.
Oh boy, here we go.
Nope, not that one.
That's not the what's wrong with this image is that it's not the one you were looking for.
This is correct, sir. This is correct. The next one should be it if I did everything correctly.
All right.
Tell me what's wrong with the following image.
Okay. That doesn't go there.
No, it doesn't. For those that haven't caught it, that's an NES cartridge jammed into a
European
Super Nintendo. Yeah. So this was just on BBC. They were talking about. I don't even know what they were talking about.
It sounds like they didn't know what they were talking about.
No, they. Let's see. It was a breakfast TV segment on some show, and
technically, if the pins were to connect, that should work. The way that the Super Nintendo is designed kind of suggests that they might have considered backwards compatibility with NES games at one point. I think the processor in the Super Nintendo will run. Like, I think it has like all the capabilities, like all the registers and everything to run software for the NES, but it never came to pass. But yeah, as the product exists, no, that doesn't work. It'd be cool if it did.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
The most upvoted comment on the picture was, "I'd like to report a crime."
I don't know if it's that bad, but
well, the problem is the person that was like introducing the consoles and talking about the consoles was claiming that they've played these like many years, like they're like an enthusiast. So it's a little weird that no one noticed.
Yeah, I question that enthusiasm or their memory.
Yeah, thought that was funny. All right, going back to video, we'll loop that. A couple of Nintendo notes here.
Okay.
First one is Nintendo has quietly made some subtle changes to its guidelines for developers publishing games on its Nintendo Switch 2 eShop, seemingly in an effort to slow an oft-criticized flood of low-effort slop content that's been crowding out other games and frustrating users. Yeah, this is a good thing. So the new rules. The guidelines, which took effect on June 5th, cover a wide range of topics, including how game bundles can be sold, restrictions on sensitive content, prohibitions, is that the word?
Mm-hmm.
On inaccurate product descriptions, and when and how product information can be updated. Now, this is only in the Asia shop. This has not made its way to North America yet.
Yeah,
or Europe,
but I
assume
it will. They're probably going to want the same quality standards.
Yeah. Let me see if there's some specifics here. So regarding the bundles, the restrictions state that in the first year of a game's release, only a maximum of 5 game bundles may be distributed. After the first year, that number goes up by 1 for each year the game is available, up to a maximum of 8 different bundles. This seems to be a direct response to developer concerns in previous reports that some companies were simply creating bundle spam and offering deep discounts on new bundle after new bundle to keep their game at the top of the eShop listings.
Yeah.
Many of the new Yeah, I've definitely seen that myself. Many of the new guidelines discuss sensitive content and include specific rules for what qualifies as sensitive content in the first place. Listed criteria that would be considered damaging to the Nintendo brand include sexualization of children,
Mm-hmm.
overly sexual content,
Mm-hmm.
discrimination and hate, exploitation of social issues, instructing criminal activity, and political statements. Nintendo states in the guidelines that it reserves the right not to distribute a game, but claims it offers the guidelines to help developers understand its reasoning in certain situations.
Yeah, so there, if you haven't been on the eShop lately,
oh jeez,
there are a ton of AI generated porno games, like visual novels.
Oh, really?
With just AI generated. I mean, I don't know how explicit they get.
Yeah.
But I've seen stuff that has like the nudity and sexual themes content descriptor on it, so I assume there is nudity and sexuality in there.
Like,
and
how is that getting in past Nintendo? They just don't care, clearly.
I don't think any of them. I don't think any of the storefronts care anymore because this crap is everywhere now. Like it used to be. Like I remember within like the first year of the Switch being out, Jim Sterling had a video talking about how indie developers were flocking to the Switch because they didn't have to compete with like all the asset flips, because this is before like generative AI was everywhere. All the asset flips that were just out there and crowding them out of the Steam store. But now the eShop is just as bad as Steam. All of the digital storefronts. I mean, last week I brought up that that fucking bootleg Wipeout re-release on the Xbox store. Like they're all like that. They're just filled with trash now, and I don't know why they don't fucking care, because it like, well, I mean,
it just makes the shop look like shit.
I know in theory, because they take a cut of everything that's sold, but the thing is, those games are sold for such a small amount that I can't imagine that cut is that big a deal. Like, not more, relative to the reputation of their storefront.
No,
it just it's baffling to me.
I know, I don't get it either.
And so if this is even any amount of effort to stemming that tide, then I wholehearted support it. But like,
100%.
I don't know how much you can do at this point. Like, I feel like a lot of the damage is done.
They need to just hire a team that qualifies this stuff and goes, yeah, this is bullshit.
Yeah,
you're denied. Like, they need to hire a team. It's the only way to do it now, is to just look at everything that comes in, and it has to be approved before it goes on the shop. And it's just...
Well, I mean, stuff does get approved before it goes on the shop. Otherwise,
but I highly doubt anyone's looking at the content of the games or playing them.
Yeah, I think they're just looking at probably like summaries or overviews, and as long as they don't see anything that like pops out immediately as a red flag.
Yeah, which, like, AI generated crap should.
Yeah, should, but I mean,
be a red flag, and like,
yeah.
Poop Simulator 1723 shouldn't be allowed on the game, like...
Unless it's a really good poop simulation. Like, if they've got like... If they've got like the splashback simulation to highly realistic levels, then, there's artistry there. There's a lot of work that went into that. So long as it's not fucking an AI-generated, poop with toilet assets from the Unity store or some shit, If the poop simulator is crafted with a genuine love for the content, then sure. But
let's see what other guidelines they have. It is prohibited to provide inaccurate descriptions of contents of a product. It's prohibited to provide description of the content of a product as under development if it is not expected to be implemented in the product.
Mm-hmm.
Other guidelines prohibit changing the name of a product without good reason, or to make it consistent with a game's name on other platforms or other games in a series.
Mm-hmm.
Developers are also prohibited from changing information on the product page after the page is live, and developers are asked to contact Nintendo representatives if they intend to distribute an application that does not include game elements. Which, if it's not a game...
Yeah.
Why
I
is
mean,
it on the
there
store?
there are some there are some, I will call them applications that are more like toys in a sense.
Hmm.
And I even remember like on the Wii U there were like paint programs that you know use the touchscreen on the gamepad. So I can understand a thing not having a game element, but I kind of wonder if some of that refers to like just slideshows of fucking AI generated anime porn, you know?
Um, yeah, IGN did some digging into
Oh,
the Switch 2 eShop to see how well these new guidelines are working, and it seems to be working. They gave an example of here of how there's a lot of hentai girls slop
yeah,
on
yeah.
the eShop. If you go to search for that on the Switch 2 eShop, basically nothing comes up, and you have to there is those type of games on there, but they are circumventing certain words
Yeah.
that the new guidelines are looking for. So this is clearly going to take some fine tuning by Nintendo
Yeah.
to figure it out. So anyway, hopefully this is a trend to improve digital stores across the board, because we could do a whole segment on like new, this week's new stupid game of the week is
Yeah. But
Jack of All
we
Trades
don't want to do
Simulator
that because we don't want to
2015.
bring attention to that shit. We bring
Yeah.
attention to it as an overall issue, but like this, hey, let's play a shitty asset flip for a video and then refund it. It's like I don't know. Like I think the at this point it's been well demonstrated that this is an issue, and just starving them of oxygen, like not giving any specific names to any
And
specific games.
people
Just
stop buying them.
yeah, stop buying them for laughs because then they start making money.
This is only $1.99. Let's buy it. Hell, what is
Yeah,
this? Look at this shit. It's
yeah,
like, yeah, and they're laughing at you.
yeah. It's like going to hate watch a movie. Like, oh, I'm going to go see it so I can hate it, and it's like,
Yeah.
first of all, that's a miserable way to live, and secondly, they don't fucking care what if you're hate watching it. They have your money now, asshole.
Yep.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
All
Don't
right, and
do
the
it.
other Nintendo article here was also regarding Switch 2. You probably heard about this one.
Well,
A
it's not
Switch
going to be
2
talking about
owner.
the 3DS or anything. So,
No. A Switch 2 owner has warned fans to be careful when buying secondhand games after their console was
yes,
banned by Nintendo.
heard about this.
So basically, what happened is this guy bought a secondhand game that was quote used, uh, and it was a legitimate secondhand game. It was a legitimate version of the game. It wasn't like a
Hmm.
pirated version of the game or anything like that. However, the person that sold it to him used the MIG switch to copy the game
Ah,
onto his console, and so when he went to use it, both of them got banned from playing the game
okay.
because it recognized that the game key card was on two different switches,
Yeah.
and because of that whole system that they have now with the game key card sharing
Hmm.
system or whatever that is, it was like, well, you're trying to play it in two places at once. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Um, they did reach out to Nintendo, and Nintendo actually helped them,
That's good.
so he's good. But yeah, that's gonna make secondhand
Yeah,
purchasing
Nintendo really
very
should have
risky.
thought about that. They should have perhaps instead of just automatically banning, they should have said, "Hey, we've detected that this copy of the game is already in use or something." You know, like instead of just automatically assuming that everyone is is trying to rip them off, they should have maybe said, "Hey, this is what the problem is.
I can't
Reach out to
remember what.
us."
Yeah, I can't remember what console it was, but I remember Yeah, I can't remember what console it was, but I remember that you didn't get banned. You basically, if you started playing the game on one console, it would stop playing on the other. You know what I'm saying? So like if
Hmm.
you tried to play it at the same time, whoever was in it first would get kicked out, so the other player could play,
Mm.
and so it would always just kick the other person out. So you could never do it. Um, so they could do that, and that would have kind of a similar effect, but
Yeah.
without having to go through the whole process of banning a console.
Yeah.
So there is better ways of doing it, but
Mhm.
it's a learning process. I'm at least kind of somewhat glad that they're fighting back against piracy, and somewhat glad that they're fighting back against
Yeah, but not like this. Not when it
no,
harms a legitimate customer.
it needs fine tuning for
Yeah.
sure, and we'll get there. It just
Will
takes
we
time.
though?
Although,
Because
well, I think that by the time they figure it out, it's going to be an all digital world anyway. So
yeah, maybe that's what they're counting on.
yeah, I think so too. I think so.
Maybe they're just hoping, well, we'll fix it slowly, and maybe by the time we'll just say nobody's buying physical anymore.
Yeah.
And just leave it.
You ready to play another
Oh, boy.
another game of what's wrong with this image?
Sure, hit me with it.
You're gonna hate this one, so brace yourself.
Oh boy, here we
This
go.
is a legitimate graphic from the company that you're going to see. You may have heard this already or seen this already, but if you haven't, prepare to be mad.
All right, let's see it. Yeah, I've seen this.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah.
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 So weeks after firing
there's two things wrong with this image, right?
Mm.
One is that it's fucking AI generated because the fucking display is on the back of the monitor.
Back of the monitor.
And second, why you're hiring? You mean you're trying to replace those thousands of people you just fucking fired? Yeah, I'm trying not to become incandescent with rage, but
just to be on the fair side, it was confirmed that Xbox themselves did not create the graphic. It was made by some outside source that was part of their hiring.
It's so fucking obviously AI generated.
Yes.
It's the most obvious shit in the world.
Yeah. I just didn't want to put the blame of this particular graphic on Xbox or Microsoft because the blame
I put the blame on them because they should have immediately said no. What the fuck are you doing submitting this garbage to us?
I mean, it wasn't submitted to them. It was put on their job application website. So it wasn't Xbox's website. It was on Indeed or LinkedIn or something like that.
Yeah,
so
but
they wouldn't have.
The fact is, somebody with some influence had to approve this. It's
Maybe
it's not even that it's not just that it's AI generated. Is that it's so obviously AI generated and they don't care. They could have obscured the fact that this is AI generated by just filling in the back of the monitor with that solid fucking eyedropper it and just paint in with that color, and it wouldn't be immediately obvious that this is AI generated. But they didn't even care to do that. They're
that's true.
We care so little about what people think about us using generative AI that we're not even going to try and hide it. Because what the fuck are you going to do? You're going to stop buying Xbox games? They just have so little respect for everyone. It pisses me off.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have much more to say, but obviously it got a lot of backlash.
Yeah,
and,
nothing but disrespect.
So. Yep. All right, let's get back to videos. So this one was... I don't know why this is here. Sure. All right. John McKex is being pulled from all platforms 6 years after release. This is the only officially John Wick video game.
Yeah, and I don't understand why they would pull it when they just released Ballerina, that John Wick spinoff. You'd think maybe this would be the time to put this game on sale and maybe pull some more profit from it. But now instead they're delisting it.
I have to assume that it's an expiring license, but why wouldn't you just renew the license?
Yeah, exactly. Like instead of like because like I said, this is a perfect opportunity to sell more copies of this. So why wouldn't you just say, yeah, we'll renegotiate the license for like Keanu's face or Ian McShane's face or whoever's fucking likeness, or whatever it is, right?
It's John Wick. It's the license of John Wick. That's what the
is it?
yeah.
Do you know for a fact it's specifically the John Wick license?
Yeah, Lionsgate Entertainment owns the John Wick license.
Okay, because when I first heard about this, it wasn't actually like publicly out there what the reason for it being.
They haven't stated, but Lionsgate has been confirmed as owning the John Wick license. Okay, so you would assume that would be the problem.
Okay, but
it could be likenesses as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes into licensing, and just one person not playing ball can really screw up the whole thing. But whatever it is, fix it. Solve the issue, because you have a perfect opportunity to sell more copies of this game instead of having nothing to get more money out of the franchise with Ballerina having just come out. It's baffling.
Lionsgate has confirmed it has a AAA John Wick game in development, though.
Okay, but
with who, we're not sure.
Yeah, but fucking passive income. You've already made this game.
Oh yeah, just keep it. That was an aside. That wasn't that wasn't a reason to delist a game by any stretch of imagination.
It's not even a very old game. It's only been out for 5 or 6 years.
Yep. Yeah, I think it came out in 2019. So 6 years, yeah. All right, we're seeing wait, what is this? Hold on.
FBC Firebreak footage.
Yeah, I don't know why we're seeing this yet. This is too early.
Yeah.
So Nintendo has confirmed our 2 actors.
Ah, yes.
In the Zelda movie. So this is your Zelda and your Link.
I can see it.
So we have Bo Bragison as Princess Zelda and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth as Link. And they do have some British notables in their history, but for the most part, they're pretty unknown.
That's fine.
The most notable is Ainsworth, who was in The Haunting of Bly Manor, which was a pretty big Netflix series. But otherwise, they're relatively unknown, which I think is the smartest idea for this movie.
For 2 reasons. One is that there's no like pre-association baggage in people's minds. They're not like, oh, I can't see this person as anyone but so and so. And also, it's a fucking career maker.
Exactly.
Like
it could be a huge deal.
Like you look at the Harry Potter movies, and those kids were,
their careers made right
there.
Yeah,
they weren't new actors, but they were they were children at the time, so they were still
shoved them into the limelight.
They were fresh to the industry. That wasn't the first movies that they were in, but they had career makers very early on, which I mean you can
just like
you can debate how good that is for child actors, but
yeah, I mean
they fucking never.
I think they're 12. If I'm not mistaken.
They never need to work again.
No.
So
assuming it goes well.
Yeah. So yeah.
No, sorry. Bragison is 21, and Ainsworth is 16. So I was wrong.
But yeah, so this could be great launching points for, well, not launching points, but this could be star making,
star power
for
just
them.
Like, I was gonna say like Millie Bobby Brown in Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. That made her a household name, and now she's in everything.
Yeah.
Or who's the guy from Game of Thrones that's in everything now? Mandalorian and
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal, yeah. Same kind of thing. Like he did acting before that, but Game of Thrones launched his career into new
stardom.
Heights,
yeah,
into stardom, and now he's in everything. So
yep.
Yeah, no trailer or anything, but these are the confirmed
way too early
actors
for a trailer.
The film is scheduled to be released May of 2077. 2027.
I was going to say that's quite a lengthy development. I'm not sure I'm not sure that they'll still be the right age for those roles at that point.
No. So we'll see what happens with that.
But yeah, I look at this guy and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I see Ocarina of Time adult Link in there.
Yeah. Like she definitely looks like a Zelda for some reason. I'm not sure what it is.
You throw pointy ears on him, blonde wig, and I'm like, yeah.
I don't think Link has to be blonde.
It doesn't have to be, but he's usually got fairer hair than black.
All right. So spoilers. FBC Firebreak was the next thing. Remedy has outlined what's next for its multiplayer control spin-off FBC Firebreak, promising big changes. It comes after Remedy posted a candid statement last month acknowledging not everything has gone well with FBC Firebreak's mid-June release. It launched on June 17th as a paid game as well as straight into Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. Calling the launch an exciting and nerve-wracking time, Remedy told players it had heard feedback loud and clear. It's clear that there are features that need to be improved, and they will be improved. Since the launch of the game, the studio has released 4 patches that improve the game and partly address player feedback. And now that the game is live, our community plays a big part in shaping the future of the experience. This is just the start. So I guess what they had found is that a large majority of the players played for about an hour and then stopped.
I don't think I would have even made it that far in. I just don't understand. I continue to not understand why this game is a thing.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with this. If it has a resurgence, or if it just ends up
or
being
a surgence at all.
A surgence at all. Yeah.
In order to have a resurgence, it would need to be big in the first place. I really hate shit talking it, but like it just doesn't look.
It doesn't look like Remedy.
That's not what I want out of a control game.
No. All right.
Oh, fuck. That reminds me. I think Alan Wake 2 is on sale right now.
That's a weird game.
Yeah.
I've talked a lot about that game on this show.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next up, Valve is in the news for a very similar reason to Nintendo.
Yep.
Valve is tightening its guidelines around adult-only content to satisfy.
Satisfy. There you go.
Jeez. Did I loop this? No, I didn't. To satisfy rules set by Steam's payment processing partners like PayPal. With dozens of sexually explicit games removed from the platform throughout the week, as spotted by GameSpark and shared by Automaton. Steam database logs show a flurry of activity behind the scenes as Steam updated its rules and guidelines policy, making it clear that publishing certain kinds of adult-only content could violate them. The newly added clause 15 of the policy now explicitly states content that may violate the rules and standards set forth by Steam's payment processors and related card networks and banks or internet network providers shouldn't be posted on Steam.
Yeah, so basically what that means is if MasterCard has a problem with any kind of sexual content, even if it's like, just totally like consensual adult relationships in a game, and they say this isn't allowed, Steam's probably going to take it down because MasterCard or Visa or American Express or whoever is going to say, well, we won't process transactions to your storefront anymore. And that is catastrophic for online commerce because that's how people buy things online, is with their credit cards.
Yeah.
This is just the latest platform to be hit by that. Patreon. It's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of adult content creators. I hate the term content creator, but in this case, there's a lot of different types of adult content. There's, there's people who take photos of themselves, like OnlyFans models, or people who sell nudes on Patreon, people who do custom videos. There's artists who do commissions for pornographic or even just erotic art. Like it doesn't even necessarily have to be hardcore. It could just be like a nude figure. Furries are a group that's hit hard by this because sometimes the payment processors go, oh, that's bestiality. And I'm not I'm not particularly into the whole furry thing, but like it's very like there's a very clear difference between, you know, somebody who thinks Maid Marian from Disney's Robin Hood is hot and wanting to fuck a real dog. Like that's I may not share this person's attraction to Maid Marian, but I recognize that it's not bestiality. You know what I mean? Like there's a very clear difference between this fantasy, mostly human-like character I think is hot, and oh man, Rover. Like that's a
get me some hot dog.
That oh god, that's a very different. Between the buns. Oh no, why'd you have to
between
put me
the
on
buns
on that train thought and that thought of shit? Fuck, I can't even speak. Now I've got it. Now I've got the word virus.
No.
You've broken me.
Hey, I'm not the one who brought that up.
No, you're not.
I just said hot dog. That's all
yeah, that was all it took.
Do you have any interest in the Steam Deck? Now that we're just kind of looking at that.
I mean,
I don't now that I have a gaming PC, but
like as a well, I mean that depends. Like, do I want to go out and buy one right now if I had the money? No. Do I think it's a cool product? Sure. If I had like unlimited money and it was like, yeah, sure, I'd pick up a Steam Deck just to have it, because there have been times where I've been like, man, I'd really like to play this. I mean, honestly, I'd probably mostly use it as like an emulation thing for, you know, for really old games, because like doing that on my phone is like there are some games where the virtual buttons work, like, you know, turn-based role-playing games. You know, especially if it's games that I own physical copies of or multiple copies of in some cases. Like I'm not buying Final Fantasy VI again. I'm sorry. I bought that game like 3 times. Okay. You got my money square. I'm going to emulate it if I want it on my fucking phone.
Yeah.
It just, I would, you know, there have been times where it's like, man, I would love to have something on the go that I can just put whatever on that has buttons. Yeah. Am I going to shell out what is it, like 500 Canadian dollars for the baseline model?
Yeah.
No. If I was going to invest in a handheld gaming PC, I'd probably just say fuck it and go for like one of the higher end ones, like the
ROG Ally X,
like the ROG Ally or the GPD Win, or, you know, whatever.
My original plan was to wait for Steam Deck 2, whenever that eventually comes, and get that. But now that I have this PC from Sim31,
very generously donated by Sim31. Now it's like, well, I've got this thing, so
it's not a need anymore. It's not even really a want, honestly.
That's exactly what it is. It's not a need. It's not even necessarily a want. It's just that would be cool if I had unlimited money.
Yeah.
I love
that's where the Switch 2 is right now for me. Is it's like it would be cool to have one, but I don't want it or need it right now. I want a Switch 2 way more than I want a Steam Deck, because I can't play those Switch 2 games, like those exclusives, anywhere else. I can play the Steam Deck games on my PC, and they will be better than on the Steam Deck. Yeah. To be fair, there's only 2 exclusives really on the Switch 2 right now. But down the line, though,
I really want to play Bonanza.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's great that the Steam Deck exists and that this class of device exists, because it's been attempted before. The what Microsoft used to call the ultra mobile PC back in like the mid 2000s. It was the thing they tried. And they made a genuine attempt, and there were some cool ones, but they were crazy expensive and they performed horribly. Because this was, you know, before high powered mobile, you know, like battery powerable processors were a thing. You couldn't really get like a good x86 processor in that form factor. So they were super underpowered and really like they were basically like, this is good for running PowerPoint or Excel on the go. But if you wanted to do, you know, if you want to do anything, it was basically like, here's a beefed up PDA, but it's not really to the quality of a PC, right?
Give me that Palm Pilot.
It runs Windows applications, but it doesn't really run them well. So if you wanted to use it as like a mobile Photoshop workstation or something, No, it's not going to do that. It's certainly not going to handle gaming well. But now we have these, and they're bigger than the PCs, but not by a whole lot, and they are way better. And like they show Death Stranding running on this thing. Death Stranding does run on the Steam Deck. Does it look as good as it runs on my PC? No, but it does run. It's Death Stranding on the go. I'm not gonna fault I mean, it's not capped at 30 FPS. You would probably want to cap it. It's not forced, but you'll probably want to set the cap to 30 FPS. But if that's what it takes to get portable Death Stranding, a game that I already own, and
these things are only going to get better.
Yeah, and could have cloud save transfers across. Yeah, sure.
Yep.
But I don't really need it.
I wonder if Sim31 has a solution for my scroll bar problem. I'm full screen right now, but yet there is a horizontal scroll bar at the bottom.
Yeah.
No idea why. It makes no sense to me.
I don't think that comes in a free PC. I will say, my brother-in-law has a Steam Deck, but I've never played it. I've held it. Because I wanted to hold it.
Pretty comfy.
I wanted to see okay, what is it? What are the ergonomics? What's the weight like? And I was like, oh, this is lighter than I was expecting. It's not light. It is heavy. It's very densely packed, but I was expecting it to be heavier than it actually is.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, and I've we've talked about this before. We've both played the same ROG Ally in Best Buy, and that thing was running Forza, and it ran really well. So they are impressive. They're expensive. The Steam Deck is like one of the lower priced ones you could get. It's still like $500 Canadian.
Yes.
But I mean, $500 Canadian for something that runs Death Stranding, that's and is portable. That's not bad. You know, that's like last gen game console level of power in a portable system. Yep. And it's Steam, and it's also it's not a Windows PC. You can put Windows on it. There's nothing that stops you from doing that.
Yeah, I would probably get the ROG Ally if I really, really, really wanted one.
Yeah.
Maybe the Steam Deck 2 will be. I mean, maybe I'll get the Xbox one, the first party one that they're working on.
Who knows?
Since it's supposed to be Windows based, but
but I do like the class of device, and I do like that it's been such a hit, because I think it bodes well for the future of PC gaming as not just being a big fat box on your desk.
How far we've come in handheld gaming.
God, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nintendo, for leading the way.
Yeah, like just the days when almost every Game Boy game was just a worst version of an NES game.
Yeah, and it was tiny.
It was tiny and the screen was garbage. Yeah. And then, you'd occasionally get games that were like, oh, this is as good as or better than something you get on the NES, like Link's Awakening, which is a way better game than the original Legend of Zelda. I know it's a classic and everything, but Link's Awakening is a better game. But that's just not how it was at first. It was like, hey, here's a version of Tetris that has no color and has a smaller playing field. Or on the Game Gear, it's like, hey, here's a version of Sonic that's okay, but it's definitely no replacement for the Genesis version.
Right.
And God help you if you like fighting games.
Yeah, it ain't gonna work.
You don't want to be playing Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter on a handheld.
I do remember playing Super Smash Brothers on 3DS, and it was actually really good.
Yeah, but that came way later.
Yeah, that was much later.
That was a version that was built for that system. I'm a little surprised that Nintendo. I mean, I guess they don't want to double up Smash Brothers on the same platform. I'm a little surprised they never released Smash Complete Edition that had both the Wii U and 3DS content all in one game, because there are some levels that are exclusive between the two.
Were they in Ultimate though?
I don't know. That's the thing. I've never played the 3DS one, so I wouldn't recognize them if they were in Ultimate.
All right, let's get to our last piece of news here, which is just an Xbox. It's an Xbox. It's an Xbox Game Pass update. It will exceed
your expectations. I don't know.
Sure. Let's see. What's the date today? The 18th. So these following games are already out on Game Pass as of this recording.
I know that's not what this video is for.
No,
but I do like this all black Xbox Series S.
I
do
just
think it
didn't
looks.
want to.
I mean, going back to our console design discussion, I think
it's on loop.
No, I think it's an incredibly plain box, but like,
yeah, it's sleek.
It's sleek. It's compact. Apparently, it's really good for like homebrew and emulation stuff. And it doesn't look as stupid as the PS5.
Yeah,
it looks boring, but it doesn't look stupid, which is the conclusion we ultimately came to.
It's right there. Sony PlayStation now with labia.
Well, it's had labia since like 2020.
Yeah. All right. Coming to Game Pass. So these ones are already on Game Pass as of this recording. High on Life, RoboCop Rogue City, My Friendly Neighborhood. I don't know. And out today is Back to the Dawn, which is one of those games in the Metacritic Check-In that we looked at. So I guess I will check that out and report back next week, maybe. Yeah. Abiotic Factor comes out on the 22nd. Wheel World comes out on the 23rd. Don't know what that is. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers on the 24th. Grounded 2 on the 29th. And Farming Simulator 25, August 1st. And there are 3 games being removed from Game Pass. One of them I have to play before it disappears because it's on my to-do list. So we've got Gigantic leaving, Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, which I always laugh at that name, and Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, which is the one that I need to play.
Turnip Boy is a great name for a game.
Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, and then the sequel is Turnip Boy commits tax evasion.
That's better than the joke I was going to make. I was like, Turnip Boy starts a drug empire.
Well, they've got that already. I think that's Schedule 1.
Yeah. I guess that is true.
Yeah. And that is the news, ladies and gentlemen, which leads us to. I'm waiting for Andrew.
Oh,
leads us to.
Screenshots go.
There we go. That's always your line.
Yeah. I dropped the ball on that one.
That's fine. We drop balls here all the time.
Yeah.
All right.
But do we trip them?
We trip balls?
Yeah, should we? It's legal now.
It's true.
We can do that. We can do that as an extra.
You can definitely tell if you drive around our city. There's stores everywhere. Absolutely every freaking 5 feet there's a cannabis store.
This is a serious question. Do we have more dispensaries than Tim Hortons or churches?
Probably.
Because there's a lot.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And how fast they popped up was like, I mean, not surprising, but what was surprising about it is that stoners were able to leap into action that fast. Like, I always knew that there would be people who were going to be like wanting to sell it as soon as it was legal, but the fact that they got it done as quickly as they did, I was like, whoa. So there is something that motivates them other than food.
More food. All right.
As for what this is, I don't know.
I think it's a fighting game. My immediate impression was Injustice.
Oh, yeah, like a fighting game background. Yeah. Good call.
Yeah. Let's try Injustice. I think there's only been 2, so let's go with the second one.
Street Fighter?
It still looks like a fighting game, though. Yeah, there's definitely somebody here with like wings and.
Try putting in like
Street Fighter 6.
Street Fighter 6. If that doesn't work, okay, no. That is 100% a fucking fighting game. Is that
That's a bear?
Is that like Tekken or something?
It's an arcade only game.
Oh. What's a fighting game that's only in arcades now?
Well, it might not be now. It could be old.
I mean, it looks awfully good to be.
That's true.
That old.
That's true.
Because like fighting games have come to game consoles first for like at least 15 years, if not longer than that. Like basically since Street Fighter 4, and that was in like 2008.
Yeah, I can't think of an arcade game, fighting game that never came to consoles. That's really weird. I'm gonna let's consider that to be wrong, because I feel like that's got to be wrong.
Yeah, they do sometimes make mistakes with those, or stuff changes and they don't update it. So what's a fighting game that has a bear in it?
I guess I'm pretty sure it's a bear.
Does Tekken have a bear? I know they had a dinosaur at one point.
We can try Tekken.
Yeah. Try like Tekken 7.
Oh! Yeah, there's the bear.
Yeah, okay. Oh, but Akuma's there from Street Fighter, because he was a guest character in that game.
Wow. Cool. Oh, is this the cube? Oh no, Curiosity? Is that what it was?
No.
The game?
No, that was on a white background. Okay. God, I remember that. Fucking Peter Molyneux strikes again.
Yeah. This could be
what's he doing right now? What was he working on?
He's making a mobile game of some kind.
Oh yeah. Of course he is.
I think this might be that Square game. Not Squaresoft, but it's called Squares R Us or Squares.
It kind of looks like if fucking Intelligent Cube had ray tracing.
Yeah.
RTX on.
It's this co-op game where you're a bunch of squares. Are you
fucking kidding me? They have Square's Tom Sawyer in there? That fucking Famicom RPG from Square? You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, it's not Discord. Oh, I know what it is. It's Humanity. Because I've played this a million times.
Boom. Well done.
Yeah, this is the one with the people that I always bring up and I can never remember the name of.
Yeah.
It finally paid off.
Wow, that is some Lemmings ass shit right there.
And they are playing it very wrong. You are killing all those people, you sadistic bastard. Okay.
Is that
looks very Soulsy or Resident Evil-y?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that Resident Evil 4? Try it. Just to see.
I don't think you go to a town like that.
Yeah, but it looks like the castle to me. No. Okay. Oh, 76 is definitely not RE4. That needs at least 20 more points on that percentage.
Yeah, I don't recognize it at all from this one.
Kind of like a late PS2 game.
I'm not getting anything. I'm a skip on this one.
But yeah, I don't know. Shadow Hearts, maybe? It's 2 words. Yeah, there you go. No. Okay. Is this the Altered Beast remake?
This one?
I don't know what it was called. It was just Altered. I think it was just Altered Beast. We could try that.
The original was just Altered Beast too, right?
Well, we'd try it.
No, it's not Altered Beast.
Shadows of the Damned. It's got the gun with the skull face.
Didn't we have that one already? Wow. I thought we had that one already.
No, I think we had one that we thought was Shadows of the Damned, but it was...
Oh, right, it was the other
Killer
game.
Is Dead.
Yeah. That's funny.
Well, I was going to say that kind of looks like the Afghanistan section from MGS5, but I don't recall anything like that being there.
No. I have no idea what that is.
Maybe like Just Cause 4 or something? Just a guess. Nope. That score seems about right, though.
Yeah. Look at the crosshair. Weird.
I don't recognize that UI. And the problem is everybody uses that alert marker style now, the crescent with the arrow on it, because, I mean, it works, but now it's no help for identifying stuff. Could that be a Far Cry game?
It might be Rage.
Oh, good call. It might be Rage.
No, it's Rage 2.
I'll get to Rage 2.
Underrated game. It's very good.
I never actually got around to playing it.
I'd recommend it. I wouldn't put it to the top of your list or anything like that, but because you have a list of just
and I just
bangers
started
that you need to get
Final
through.
Fantasy game.
Yeah.
You know, nothing else on that list is getting touched for a while.
No.
So color-wise, that looks kind of like Halo Reach to me, but I don't recall any like a container that looks like that in the game. That kind of looks
some reason,
like
I got Hitman Absolution vibes because I think that might be like a screwdriver.
I haven't played Absolution.
I mean, it could be one. It could be Hitman 1, 2, or 3. The new
go
ones.
for it. Just try Hitman. Nope.
Oh, 67.
Ooh, but it's
look at that generic ass AI.
But not that is an font. Xbox One controller prompt.
Yeah,
or
that's
a PC
text.
game that has. But I've seen that font before.
I know.
Shit.
I think it's Call of Duty text, but this is not a Call of Duty game because it wouldn't have got a 67. And it would look better than this. But that's definitely Call of Duty.
But yeah, I mean, what if it's like the last gen version of one of those games? Because didn't they do like a 360 version of Black Ops 3 or some shit that looked like
let's
garbage?
Let's try like World at War or something like that. Nope, it's not a Call of Duty game.
Shit.
That looks very familiar.
I feel like so you've got the back of some dude's head. And you got an enemy that I'm sure I've seen before, but what the fuck is it?
Is this Back 4 Blood? I don't know what the enemies are in that game.
No, that game's too recent. That'd be on the PS5 in the series as well. Also, I think Back 4 Blood probably looks a little bit better than this. What the fuck is that?
Is it Killing Floor?
No, Killing Floor is a first-person game.
True.
Also, the original Killing Floor is way older than this.
I don't know. I need more.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. There's a health bar.
Cleric dead.
Loot. And
loot.
What's that UI? I've never seen that UI before. No. God. But that would be a dead giveaway if we played this game.
Action RPG.
Okay, but that's like clearly a modern building. But it's an action RPG with some kind of mutant creatures.
Oh. No, we've had Once Human already. It could be Once Human, though. No, I don't think so. Could try it.
It's better than skipping.
Yeah.
What?
No idea.
I don't recognize this.
I officially have nothing. I would have something by now.
That creature looked so familiar, but I can't. Like I don't know what this is.
Oh. I think it might be Conan Exiles.
Okay, you can try it.
Nope, Elix.
I've never heard of this.
No, okay.
I have no idea what that is.
No. All right. Well,
why does it have a modern brick wall in what otherwise looks like a fantasy game? What the fuck is that?
No idea.
Okay, well, it's a science fiction game.
Maybe.
I mean, that looks like very sci-fi architecture.
It does. But I'm not getting anything from it, though.
Yeah. It could be anything. There's nothing here to go on.
I'll go with Oxenfree.
Okay.
Nope. 82%.
I have a feeling I'm not going to know what this is because I don't recognize this at all.
It's 82% though.
Ooh. Yeah, I got nothing.
No, me either. Oh, I just played this. Citizen Sleeper.
Okay. I don't know the game. Good job though. You nailed it. Oh, is this like
It's a dice rolling.
It kind of looks like FTL.
No, not even close.
No?
It's very it's basically like a narrative D&D like where you're on the space station and you make decisions and you roll dice and the story progresses based on the decisions you make, and it's very, very hard to describe.
So like Disco Elysium?
No, you don't even control a person.
Oh, okay.
It's all menu based and narrative, like text and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's all text. And yeah, it's highly rated. Yeah, but you have to be in the mood to do a lot of reading.
Yeah.
Is this Tenshu?
Yeah, I was about to say. I think that's Tenshu.
The first one, I think.
Stealth Assassins.
Nope.
No. Wow. Okay.
Now it looks like Onimusha.
Okay. Try Onimusha.
I don't know which one.
Or just try any of them and see if it's.
Yep,
okay,
it's an Onimusha
game. So probably just the first one. I guess that's Genma Onimusha. Is down a little bit. There you go.
Nope.
Okay, Onimusha 2?
Nope. Uh-oh.
Onimusha 3? We're gonna get fucked.
We got 3 already. We got 3, Genma, and 2. So I don't know what Dawn of Dreams or Warlords is. Blade Warriors.
Okay.
Pick random.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, we're gonna get fucked by, like, we know what it is, but we're gonna get fucked because it's like, oh, but it's not that specific one.
Well, Warlords or Dawn of Dreams.
Are you sure we didn't pick Demon Siege?
No, I did. Yeah, it's in the list. You can see it. See?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Whichever.
Oh.
Okay, that was a roll of the dice.
Yeah, 50-50 chance. All right. Where are we here on the list? Okay, we'll do 5. We'll get to 60. Remember, you got nothing after 2022.
Yeah.
Those are big ass feet.
Yeah, great big fucking green footprints on the wall. Maybe it's green hell because the word hell is written there in green.
I've never played it. We could try it.
Sure.
I got nothing better.
Neither have I. Well,
91%.
It was worth a shot.
91.
Could it be Condemned 2?
91?
Maybe.
No. PC, PS3,
Right era,
360. Yeah. No idea.
I don't know either.
Oh, it's Arkham Asylum. Wow.
So you got that from a blurry ass picture, but not from the big green footprints. That didn't. I feel like I remember a game that had big green footprints on the wall.
Yeah, I don't remember this scene at all, but the question marks are the Riddler.
Well, but it's also a question mark. It could be anything.
I think these feet are from Croc.
Yeah, Killer Croc.
Yeah. And then this scene, I think, is from like a cutscene. I don't even think it's in the game. This is where Poison Ivy's lair is, and then this is a very iconic scene, and that's Wayne Tower in the background.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, that would kind of give it away.
Yeah. Is that
Skyrim?
Skyrim, yeah. Is it Skyrim?
Nope.
No.
85.
Okay. Witcher 2?
Oh, I see a green ghost figure up there.
That's not discounting the possibility of Witcher 2. We've already had Witcher 3.
I think Oh.
Huh.
Oh. It might be Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, PS3? Dragon Age Inquisition on the PS3?
I know that the first one was.
Okay, it might be Dragon. No, you're sure it wasn't PS4?
Yeah. The original Dragon Age?
No. I'm talking about Inquisition specifically.
Inquisition, I don't know, but I know that the Dragon Age games did appear on the PlayStation, so just go for it. We got 4 guesses. There.
Oh, look at that. I'm good. Look at that. Yeah. Great game. Underrated. Doesn't age very well, though. That's the only problem. That entire era didn't age very well. Oof.
Ugh.
It's not very pretty.
Well, it depends. It depends on when it's from. We have.
Yeah, I mean, like, older, definitely. I would say, like, PS... It almost looks like a PC game to me.
Yeah,
but
it looks very PC.
Yeah, I have no idea, though. Not getting anything.
Yeah, I don't know either. Ambulance Motorsport Rescue. Okay, so it's
a racing game?
Racing game, I guess.
Can't be a Forza game, because that's way too low for a Forza game score.
I don't know. What other motorsport racing games are there? I mean, I guess all racing games are technically motorsports, so...
Yeah, let's try Flat Out.
Except for bicycle races.
Oh, no. Maybe a Need for Speed game? Shift? No?
Yeah,
Dirt 4?
Thank you. We've figured out that it's a racing game. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Only so many racing games. Oh, could this be Flow? Nope.
Damn it! That would have been so perfect.
Yeah. Oh, this could be what's the first game? Revenge of the Savage Planet. The first game, though.
Journey to the Savage Planet.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Nope.
Wow. What the heck is this? PC only. Oh, is this Spore?
Oh.
I think this is Spore.
I've never seen Spore from that low a camera angle before.
That is funny.
But no, that makes perfect sense because that you do start out like that. Yeah, that would have made it obvious.
This is what gave it away.
The
fucking dude. That's very Spore-like.
Yeah.
That's so funny. 2 left. The fucking road, guys. Well, Road Rash?
Just give it... God, I wish. There hasn't been a Road Rash game in like 25 years, man.
Could be. Nope.
No.
94. Oh, it's Watch Dogs.
No Road Rash game is going to get a 94.
Oh, wait. No, that doesn't look like Watch Dogs. This could be Burnout 3.
Or Revenge.
Takedown. Yeah. Let's try Burnout. Whoops.
Bunwee.
Oh, let's go 3. Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
What a game.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw the game that clearly because the motion blur in that game is really aggressive in that game, which I love. I normally hate, but in this game it makes a lot of sense.
So good.
God, that is a good game. That's The Sims. This is the most obvious shit ever.
Is it 1 or 2?
That's Sims 1.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that furniture set. There was a
the fire effects.
Yeah, God, those look bad. There was a fraction of a second where my brain wanted to go Ultima Online, but that's also an EA game, so it wouldn't have been entirely off. And it also has home designing in it, although it's not as intuitive as The Sims.
No, definitely not.
Can you imagine if they made a level editor for a game that worked like The Sims?
Isn't that what The Sims is? It's just like a level editor with
but for another kind of game. Like if you had like a Tony Hawk game where it was just like, oh, just mouse around and put stuff down like it's in The Sims.
I think they called that Dreams.
Okay, but like a game that people would play.
Good call. Yeah, that'd be cool. I've always wanted a game like a first-person game where you like manage a town instead of like this overhead kind of a thing.
Why first person?
Because I just want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? I want to get to know people and grow the town and like kind of like a Stardew Valley, but you create the town. That kind of a game.
Should look into the 64DD version of SimCity because it does have a first-person mode where you can walk around the ground at ground level on your city.
I think
you'd have
Jurassic
to learn
World Evolution does
to speak Japanese or find a ROM hack with a translation, though. I'm sure there's a translated version out there.
Yeah.
Then you just have to deal with N64 emulation. Have fun with that.
Yay. I got enough games to play.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Press Pause at Gaming Podcast, episode 54. If you want to reach me on the socials, I am at TJ-Leo on BlueSky.
And I am at Ninjas on BlueSky.
If you want to email us, you can do so at co.op.podcasts@gmail.com. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and join the Co-op Club Discord community server. Link is in the description. We'll be back next week with another episode, maybe an extra, maybe not. Who knows? But until then, get back to gaming.
Get back in.